What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today's video, we are finally building a bed topper. This is going to be a DIY, at home, not professional, but it's going to be a pretty good job bed topper. So let's get started. The truck is up on jack stands because this is filmed during the whole oil pressure situation with the sensor and stuff. So let's get started. All right, so here I have my aluminum, which is 3 sheets of 30 thousandths aluminum. A little thin, but good and lightweight. We're going to be reinforcing it, so this will work perfect. This is a 2 foot this way by 51 inches that way. So, because the STEPSIDE bed is tapered, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so the truck's been a catch-all lately, which is normal, but let's get these measurements and show you what I'm talking about. Side to side, that is a little over 44¼ inches. Up front, in between the bed itself, it is right at 50. It's a pretty significant little difference there. So first thing, I'm going to measure how far 2 foot is from how far back I want it. And I'm going to bump it up around, right around the tailgate. Bumped up. Should be fine right there. Mark 2 foot. So along with the sheet, I have this. It is an 1/8 inch thick, 3/4 by 3/4 aluminum. We're going to use this on the sides to gauge the depth. It's going to kind of be like this. We're not going to use the whole thing. Alright, I got my side braces cut. They're going to go here like that, similar. And we're going to have to do this the way you do the Zeus fasteners or the Zeus rails. Measure the thickness and calculate for that so it's flush. So little issues that I'm encountering are these little, I don't know what you want to call these things here. They're angling this up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this or another section into a section that'll fit right there. That way it can sit flat. Perfect. Well, that works. So now that I have my side brackets mounted, it's time to lay a sheet down and measure it side to side to make sure we have that. We've got everything in this garage. Close enough. The important thing here is that you do it appropriate forwards and back, because it's going to matter since the bed's tapered. It gets narrower towards the back. Oh my God, that's a hard word. So now I'm going to mark the edges. So the way I got to do this is I have it marked down there and I have it marked down here. And then I'm going to take a razor knife and score along through here and then break it. Perfect. How we got that cut, that took a little bit of time. And for anybody doing this, use a brand new blade. New blades are the only way to do this. These will be riveted underneath of those. Okay, these are cut. Now we got to position them and then drill some holes for some rivets. More than likely, I'm gonna have to add a piece of angle across the center or on one on each side to add extra support, because these are a little bit flimsier than I thought, and this material is a little bit thinner than I thought. But it's okay because it just makes a little bit lightweight. So, okay, this is where we're at. I have everything. Well, I have the crossbars that go across long ways on. Got all these holes punched and riveted, and I also did this. I have well, it's doing the job. The bracket, the base for the tailgate for the back. I've made it. Cut holes there so the rivets can go down and rest flush. This is super flush. Looking good so far. All the bed braces are mounted for the rearmost panel. And we got these on here. My drill died, go figure. I was about to finish punching holes and riveting in this. I've got 3 in it, and I've got them evenly spaced through here. So it turns out the rivets that I was using for this section are really fat, and these are like almost flush. And then over here, I had to do some trimming, but it fit. So now we're waiting for the drill to charge up a little bit. Still rough draft. We're pretty flush there. This is all pretty flush. Probably bring this down a little bit and drill some more little reliefs for my rivets. This side's a little high. It's not perfect. You can see a little bit of a gap. I'm probably gonna go in and trim this all up and then put some kind of, I can't remember what you call it, edging. So this is pretty well reinforced. It's not finished. I still have more rivets to put in. But compared to an unreinforced piece, I mean, not too shabby. So I've picked up some small hinges. I was going to use piano hinges, but they are like outrageously expensive, and I'm not spending that much money on them. These little Walmart hinges, they're like $2 a pack of 2, will work perfect. I've made I took a piece of angle aluminum and put it in between for the frame of the middle section, because the middle section is going to be stationary. It's not going to move. And then this hinge will bolt to the underside of this, and then it will rest. This side of the hinge will rest right there, but underneath. The rearmost panel is finished. The only thing it likes left is just a little bit of rounding the edges and little minor touch-ups. But other than that, the major stuff is finished. Now I've got to focus on the center section, the section that's not going to move. And then it's going to be basically self-tapered to the little frames that go here. Eventually, the little self-tapping screws will be replaced with Zeus rails or Zeus fasteners. I've got to be mindful of my noise creation that I do for the next while, because we have somebody taking a nap. We're going to call this piece 1. This is panel 1, this is panel 2, and this will be section panel 3. If you saw the hinge will be like this, with the center, the axis facing up. What I'm going to do is it's going to be bumped all the way up. section 1, and I'm going to have to cut a little section out on each piece, on each hinge, for the hinge to poke through. I'd rather not do it. I'd rather do it this way, but it's going to work better the other way. And you just keep doing that and that and that. Take your time, because you will mess up and you will go. So you've made a couple passes. If you want to know how you're doing, how much longer you got, you just got to look for the line on the bottom. You see the line there? That is your score line. You just got to take your time and be careful. This is probably the best one that I've done. But once you get it cut enough, you can start bending. And this will make a nice uniform burlesque cut. You might need to do a little sanding with some. Hold on, honey. So I've got the second sheet made. Needs to work on lining it up just a little bit, but I kind of have a situation to deal with. Have my hinges mounted, well, temporarily mounted to the back section. I'm going to drill and cut some holes and make sure everything is nice and lined up. All right, got my hinges on. This is going to be a very loose test open. Yeah, all right, so I'll need some reinforcements. I'm happy with that. This section is now mounted. It's still a little flimsy, but a brace in the middle will solve that. This section is basically done. I've got it to where the tailgate opens, and it opens as well. But the only thing that I'm seeing currently is where it sags a little bit like that, just ever so slightly. When you go to close the tailgate, you have to open the topper just a little bit. The way this came out. Forward panel is made. As you can see, it's not perfect around through here. I cut this out with a razor by hand, and by hand it turned out pretty good. On the front section, I have a piece of angle to hold the front up. Here, I have no cross brace here. I have a this. I have a piece of this sticking out here, and another piece long ways bolted together to hold it up. I'm gonna have to put another one right here to make it a little bit more sturdy. But this panel is solid. It needs to be reinforced a little bit more, and this panel is solid, and it also needs a little bit more reinforcement. All right, so this thing is pretty much finished. I have some saggage in the center. I'm gonna have to put a cross piece across in the middle right there, so I can get rid of the sagging. My garage is a disaster, but we are pretty much done. It opens just fine. We're gonna get some more angle to reinforce it. Up here, as you can see, I took an extra piece of this cut out and just cut it out and put it under there. I'm gonna eventually go under here and lock these plates down, lock these angles down. And then, I mean, this has turned out pretty dang nice. And like I said, there's some saggage here. I'm gonna put a piece of angle underneath of this, and it's gonna raise it up probably an inch, and it'll be even. Back here, pretty good. This is all gonna get wrapped, and there's gonna be a piece of vinyl or some kind of weather stripping, whatever, up through here. And then the corners, I'm gonna round the corners off with a die grinder or a Dremel to make that nice and even. But this has turned out to be a very good job. I'm very proud of it. It's not perfect, but it's not a show truck either. So I did run out of metal, and I picked up this piece from Tractor Supply. This piece was a whole lot more expensive than all the other angle pieces that I have for so much less. So you need to find you a good metal place, a wholesale metal place to get this stuff from. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unbolt everything here and then put this underneath, and then that should, the sag should be basically gone. If not, I'm gonna take this back off, and then I'll have to stop and get another piece of a little bit thicker. This is only 1/16 inch. So if this doesn't work, which it should, I'll have to grab some 1/8 inch. Added that piece of angle. It's not perfect. Still has a little bit of a wave to it, but I think I can, I think I know how to fix this. I'm gonna have to get some more inch wide, just a strip, and run a piece all the way across and rivet it to that. But other than that, this is fine. This is fine. Back here, it opens. I've painted the little brackets on the side and on the tailgate black to kind of hide them, but that is the only thing. Open the tailgate, or open the topper to close it. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's a little hot in my garage. I have done all this under $50. Built an entire bed topper. No experience of doing anything like this. Under $50. You can't buy these new for that price. Thank you for watching. We'll see you.